They have a son, Judge.
I don't call that a son.
Well, they have a child, and they're talking about forcing their child to undergo a surgical procedure to become a girl.
That's is so sick. Yeah. Look, they need to have a book thrown at them for child abuse.
There you have it. You're listening to Judge Joe Brown. I am Kingya, and you're listening to Kingya Speaks Podcast. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. Thank you. We're going to the phone lines next. Well, welcome to the Kingya Podcast. As you may have guessed, I am your host, Kingya, a father, activist, and professional speaker. On this podcast, we discuss relationships, criminal justice, news and politics, Black history, culture, and domestic violence awareness. If this is your first time being here, I want to say thank you and encourage you to keep listening. Each week you can expect to hear thought-provoking interviews, as well as personal and relationship tips that will help enhance your life. You will have access to resourceful downloads that you can implement daily to become more productive. Thank you for spending some time with me today. The purpose of this podcast is because everyday people inspire me through their stories of trial and error in life. Now let's jump into your favorite podcast. What better way to share our stories? All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to our show. I am Kingya. You're listening to the Kingya Podcast with our Honorable Judge Joe Brown. Welcome back, Judge. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
We are going to the phone line. First up, we got Brother James Owens L on the line. We got to get our brother on the line. He's been interested in talking to you. So we're going to go to the phone lines and bring Brother James Owens L on the line. Your phone line is open. Brother Owens L.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
It's fine, brother. Good morning. You got Judge Joe Brown on the line.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Islam means peace. The Honorable Judge Joe Brown, a brother that I honor, observe, and analyze for the weight and credibility of his actions for all to see on the TV. And in order for him to be able to make an impression, he have to know what he know, and he have to slam that gavel and make sure that he's being fair and impartial and standing for the truth. So I salute you, brother, not only for your TV representation, but for the way you have strongly articulated this day on the 20th of March, 2020, on international radio about these attacks on manhood, primarily black manhood. I just happen to be the original East Coast Black Panther. And I learned a lot from you on your TV representations. And I'm somebody that went in the Maryland Penitentiary as a juvenile. It was 123 black boys. The case in chief, the controlling law, is Long versus Robinson, 316 Federal Supplement, page 22. At page 27, 1970, Chief Judge Dorsey Watkins, who condemned House Bill 240 SB of the Baltimore Charter local public laws that treated black boys as men for nonviolent crimes in the state of Maryland and put us amongst grown men. 4 of them boys got hung in the Maryland Penitentiary. I'm the one that survived. At least 30 of them boys got raped. None of us was given an adult certification here. So what I do today, I'm on dialysis. That's the reason my voice is a little inconsistent, because I have fluid overload in my chest, because I'm being bumped around from one emergency ward to the next, because I pursue the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, to make a timely application for a remedy in the court of competent jurisdiction. I don't tell lies. I don't rack innocent people, and I don't instigate. However, to the extent that I'm out here, I did 41 years in prison. I respect all citizens of all nationalities, of all religions. I'm a Moorish American. I'm going to stand by that. I'm indifferent about people's opinion about whether or not Prophet Noble Jew Ali and the Moors are a bunch of nuts and invalid. I don't care. I stand with Prophet Noble Jew Ali, who said that the mission of the Moorish Science Temple of America is the uplifting of fallen humanity, and good is our power. So I'm consistent in my thoughts for listening to this brother Joe Brown, the Honorable Judge Joe Brown. And, it's on international radio. And I'm also the author of a document called The Race Safety Proposition, April 24th, 1998, U.S. Department of Justice, Alcatraz number 3, ABX, P.O. Box 8500, Florence, Colorado, through Mr. J.D. Crook, Supervisor, U.S. Attorney, phone number 719-784-9464. I was on the yard by myself with the Aryan Brotherhood and the Mexican Mafia for 6 months and never refused to go to rec, and was out there by myself and could have got killed. So just to say a few things about myself, I'm on dialysis because Mr. David Greco, a white man, social warden of operations, sent 3 of them, 2 Mexicans and 1 white, to kill me. However, they was not willing to kill or to die that day. So they said, let's come together to use my legal skills to assist to stop the white officers from giving them knives and money to kill blacks and Muslims. How is this relevant to the Honorable Judge Joe Brown and what he just articulated? Is the bigger scenario of how in the background white folks in these positions of authority are being abusive in a conflict of interest with their oaths of office, conflict of interest with the mission of Jesus Christ, peace and love. They pushing homosexuality, they pushing mass murder, and they telling the black women, don't you respect the black man? In the Moral Science Temple of America, we condemn the image of Negro, black, colored, and Ethiopian. However, Prophet Noble Jew Ali said you have to be able to communicate with people based on their level of comprehension and interpretation. The Honorable Judge Joe Brown articulated the King's English so well, I said you're like a kindergarten student with my mouth shut. Until I was invited to speak, I wasn't going to say nothing. But I honor you, brother.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
You.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
all right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And you save your breath. I know what that is to have fluid build up in your lungs. It feels like you're suffocating. Catch your breath.
Yes, sir. All right.
We'll hang in there, brother. I appreciate what you're doing to be strong.
We're going to go to the next caller. Who do we have? Mama AZ, I believe. Mama AZ, you got a few questions or comments for Honorable Judge Joe Brown?
Oh, most definitely. Judge Joe Brown, thank you, sir. You have not heard from me. This is Mama Bonfire AZ Paris from Fort Naco, Arizona. You know, the last historical site of the Buffalo Soldiers. Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, 10th Cavalry. My great uncle Booker was in the 10th Cavalry from 1881 all the way up to 1903 or 4, somewhere thereabouts.
Well,
1907 or 8, somewhere thereabouts.
Yes, sir. In the very near future, I am trusting that the universe will open up a gate for me to have a legitimate discussion, because I see things I had no idea that I would end up at this time in my life, 68 years old, almost planting myself here in Fort Huachuca or Fort Naco. I see possibilities, Judge Joe Brown. I had no idea that I would have the opportunity one-on-one with you. It's really special that the universe has gotten me this far. What I see here, there are opportunities for young people. Like you were in the court system. Those young people can learn from others who have been expressing themselves like you in your videos. For those who do not know Judge Joe Brown, only him being a judge, he has YouTube videos that was brought to my attention at least 4 years ago, and I was so impressed. It just blew me away. I've been knocked off of Facebook, meaning Facebook, 15 times at least for sharing these kinds of informations and things like the Calvary. They have in Houston, Texas, and somewhere, I think in Gallup, New Mexico, people. In Houston, they have a Buffalo Soldier Museum. And then they also have a brother in San Francisco or someplace in California, Sheldon Johnson. I've spoken to all of those guys. I've shared the information with the people here that I'm connected with in Fort Huachuca. And it doesn't seem that they're interested in having a unit or creating a museum. This Fort Naco, Arizona, is owned by the LGBT community. And what really bothers me, I'm an outsider.